Are you drunk again?
I'm drunk than a motherfucker.
Dang it, Finn.
Driving drunk is fun.
When friends drink too much, even in galaxies far, far away, friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Why did you do that?
Because you are drunk.
Time to practice my grip walk. So right foot down, left foot out. Balance on the balls.
Hey, you! Droid!
What up, cuz?
Help! Help! Get me out of here.
What are you doing time for, friend?
They locked me up for crack possession.
Let's get started. Is everyone excited?
Super excited.
Yes.
Woo! You can't stop me, I'm a Jedi from Jakku. Fight the dark side from Tatooine to Naboo. Let go of everything that you fear to lose. Be the spark that lights the fire, and may the force be with you.
That was just awful.
I agree that was terrible. Did anyone like that?
No, not at all.
What about you, Grogu?
No.
Ah, you're late again.
Sorry I am late. I had a dentist appointment.
Ah, get back there and get to work.
Do you think that's all I am good for?
Girls are only good for two things. One is making sandwiches,
Girls are super badass.
and the other is doing dishes.
I can do more than that.
Now get in the back and do both.
Take this job and shove it. The Force is female.
For generations, the Jedi Order have been the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy. Now, 3 Padawan teams must prove their strength, knowledge, and bravery to become Jedi Knights. May the Force be with you, always.
There's been no one for so long. Who are you?
I'm Rey.
Rey who?
Rey tarded.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in accent sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at. And can I bring my gat? If not, I hope I don't get shot. Better throw my vest on my chest, cause niggas is a mess. It don't take nothing but frontin' for me to start something. Bugging and bucking at niggas like I was duck hunting. Dumbing out just me and my crew, cause all we wanna do is bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. It's the N-O-G-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. Bitches in the back looking righteous. In a tight dress, I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101. How to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking. Got the hooker thinking, if money smell bad, then this nigga Big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating out my palm. She grabbed my arm and said, let's leave calm. I'm hitting skins again. Rolled up another blunt for the Heineken. Niggas start to loke out, a kid got choked out, blows were stoned, and a fucking fight broke out. Can't we just all get along so I can put hickeys on the chest like little Sean? Get a pissy drunk off a Dom Perignon, and it's on, and I'm gone. That's that party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit. It's the N-O She on bullshit and party. Just lay down slow.
That's much better than the one I had in the movie.
You're muted, Steve.
I always talk about it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're going to do stuff a little different this week since last week was kind of a disaster. We ended up getting struck. We showed too many videos. And we think we talked too much to each other about it, and maybe it was a little bit more rehearsed. So we're going to be a little bit more fresh this week. Today I've got my two regular hosts with me, Eric and Nate.
What's going on, guys? If it smells like burnt Jedi, it's probably because somebody Musta farted. And we also got Crazy Matt here.
Crazy
What's
Matt
going on,
here
Crazy?
too. We're up to a solid start.
Hello, I'm Crazy Mad. Welcome to the Blue Milk Social, where you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
It's true.
That's right. And speaking of scum and villainy, we've got veritable who's who in the chat here today. Who's sticking with us?
Let's see. Corey was here. He was first. He comes in here. He says he's going to leave. He's first, and then he leaves. So I don't know if that counts, unless he's still here.
I don't think so. Sorry, Corey. See you later.
Okay, we got Betrayed King, Jeremy. Who else here? Aldous is back.
We got
Mo, as always.
We got Jeremy, Aldous, and Snuggy.
The whole crew.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put people's names up like a actual YouTube pro.
And if you haven't subbed to Jeremy's channel, all things House of the Dragon, all things From, they're really good. Really good.
Yeah, he's always got a great panel too. He's a great guy.
And Snuggy's on his panel too. Man, we got a lot of comments already.
Yeah,
Take a minute to slow down. Okay, Snuggy. Those guys are on Jeremy's show. You guys all know that already. We got Felix here, the Link Master. Always glad to have you here, Felix. Finatra, our good friend. Shigama, Bao.
Hamalama.
Hamalama, you can't forget that. Yeah. Oz Great Sage. He's always here to support us. Been here a long time.
I see Michael T here in the chat. Michael T has his own channel, Monday Morning Mayhem.
You got Ray here. Where's Michael at? Here, we'll put him up. Yeah, Michael T, the Star Wars EU enthusiast, very knowledgeable. Not the most knowledgeable, but but pretty knowledgeable.
He's probably the more knowledgeable, than the average. We could say more.
Yeah.
He hasn't earned the superlative.
I see Perth Comics in here.
Yeah.
Great
Perth.
channel. Hilarious
Perth.
stuff.
Makes good videos. Order After Jesus.
Welcome.
Is that it for now? All right. Last week, we were discussing a much less interesting show. Might have been one of the other issues we had, but this week it was pretty good. Everyone seemed to like it. Abe and Crazy Man. Look, what we do, Mo?
Hey, Mo Biggs, the chat master.
These guys, they get me sidetracked, man. I was trying to give you a proper greeting. It's Abe and Crazy. It's their fault. But anyway, we're want to just dive into this discussion, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say right off the top my feelings about the episode. This is my favorite one so far, and I think a lot of that has to do less with any lore implications, because I think a lot of that we got from episode 1 and 2. And that's why I like those episodes. Episode 3 was short and didn't have it was missing certain like story elements to make a story exciting. This one had something that really works for it, and that's the ticking clock, meaning that there is something immediate that we need to get to that kind of justifies these actions that we're going to take, makes us need to go on this adventure. So as far as like a storytelling plot device, this episode was a lot better put together, I'd say, and it was longer too. Thank goodness for it, because we got I'm going to say the best saber fighting since the prequels.
It was pretty cool.
It was a much better episode than that shit show that was number 3.
And Jeremy's in total agreement there. He says episode 4 was better than that shite we got in Epi 3. Yep, 100%.
And
absolutely,
yes, as you said, a much longer runtime, which is one of my huge issues with episode 3. That and
a few things actually started moving and like resolving things and moving on to the next, instead of just kind of stretching stuff out like the last episode was. The last episode was basically like people traveling from point A to point B. Like, let's get to the planet. Nothing really happened of consequence.
Yeah, and they missed out on a few opportunities to stretch out the episode and give some backstory that I sorely wanted.
Oh, geez. Sorry, Lord Raptor. I hope they gave you something good to take care of that pain.
I messed up my finger at work. Look, that's as far as it'll go. And I didn't get
It's
any
your favorite
workman's
finger, too.
comp. I know. I can't even flip people off now, except for crooked. Look at that. It sucks. At least you got paid.
Oh, man. So, yeah, this episode's called Fallen Jedi. And in a lot of ways that could refer to a few people here, right? Most obviously, probably Balin, right? Because we get this inkling. I mean, we get some certainty, more or less, on his situation.
There's a couple parts where the Jedi fell down.
There is also the part where the Jedi literally fell down. That is a good point, Steve. Holy shit, I didn't write that down.
Like 3 times, maybe.
Yeah, fell down, pushed down. That's right. There were a lot of Jedi dealing with gravity in this episode. Party and bullshit. Yes, absolutely.
That's what we do. More of the latter.
So yeah, it starts off basically right where we left off, right? Where Sabine's still trying to reach out to Hera. It's got no luck with that. The comms are down, and so Hu Yang's like actually in the ship trying to work on it, right? That's where we pick up with this episode.
I could show some pictures, huh?
Neat. They do have something that they try to set up in this scene that I wish that they'd set up, like, I don't know, in episode 3. This is one of those things where it's like, I wish you'd taken this dialogue, and as boring as episode 3 was, just add these boring 3 minutes to that episode so we have it set up ahead of time. Because Ahsoka's asking Sabine, like, look, if we have to choose between saving Ezra and destroying the map entirely, we got to destroy the map. Right? And Sabine's kind of hesitant to do that. She says it won't come to that, which kind of reminds me of like Anakin trying to prevent the death of his loved ones, right?
More rhyming, but not quite the same.
Exactly. More rhyming. So obviously that sets up something that happens later on, which frankly, honestly, was a bit of a surprise to me in the show still. But this is something I wish they'd taken just this 3 minutes and put it in episode 3, set it up earlier so that it doesn't feel like this whole episode was written without the other episodes in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I totally believe that this was made to be binge watched.
It was. That's
right.
Like all TV nowadays, they want to stretch it out so that they can like try to get ratings and create hype and buzz and create word of mouth and water cooler talk and all this stuff. But then they make the show to be binge watched, and the whole point of streaming really is the binge watching models. It's like I don't know, if they make it like that, they should just dump all 8 episodes all in one day, hype it up, and then dump it. But then all the YouTubers will complain about it for like 5 days, and then everyone will move on to the next show. So they got to stretch it out every 2 months, but they don't really design it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big complaints I heard about this episode from the common detractors was that Ahsoka's crossing her arms again. So I guess in that way, like pacing out the episodes kind of worked. But I'm with you, Steve. Like, gone are the days where you could catch like an hour-long episode of something like high quality, like The Wire, and while you might not know everything, there's enough in there to enjoy it, right? With this, you can't really jump into episode 4 and be like, "Cool, I get it."
There's a new, if you guys saw it, one of you guys, who was it? Was it you, Crazy, said that you actually saw it? I watched that just maybe 2 hours ago. There's like a little 7-minute featurette that they put up about the making of Ahsoka, and they get to the part where Kathleen Kennedy's talking, and she says, "This is such a wonderful show for new people. I don't feel like you've ever had to have watched any of the cartoons to understand this." It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like,
yes, because to understand what's going on, you totally have to watch the cartoons.
Yeah, this isn't like really that good of a jumping on point for these characters.
You can pick it up if you're like with it, but no, you need the cartoons to understand what's going on.
That's the common complaint I hear from everybody. That just shows that Kathleen Kennedy wasn't involved in this whatsoever, which is a good sign. She didn't see a fucking thing of this show.
She never knows what the hell's going on. She's lost.
Oh man.
Look at Snuggy.
I'm binge not watching.
That's cool. You get it all over all at once.
Dude, you'll get it all from us. You can watch here. You don't have to give Disney any money. You don't even have to give them much time. It's just your buds talking here.
That's why Snugs comes here, so he can get it all from us.
We watch it so you don't have to. That was our whole mission.
Yeah. So basically, we've gone over everything in this first little scene, which takes all of 6 minutes, and then Shin kind of informs that the scouts have found the location of Ahsoka and Sabine. So Balin sends a guard detail, and Morgan pretty quickly is like, "That's not going to do it." So Balin was like, "All right, cool. I'll send Shin and Marek. Send them over." This is the fight I was waiting for, because I was waiting to see what would happen to Mark, and boy, do I feel totally vindicated. I feel wonderful right now with Mark.
Not Ezra. See, I told you guys.
You are totally vindicated. Like, if I had to go to Vegas and put money on how this show is going to turn out, I'm just going to wait for Ape to tell me what he thinks, and then I'm going to go.
Oh, you don't want to go with me to Vegas. You know, I spend all my money on the restaurant that Guy Fieri owns. I'm not good with money in Vegas.
Flavor Town, huh? Flavor Town.
I never went there, but I heard there's like a dispensary right in the airport, so I'd probably drop a lot of money right there as soon as we got off the plane. I think we're planning on going to the desert and doing peyote when we go. Was our plan. Admiral Wackass was arranging all that, I think, for us.
Yeah, if Admiral Wackass is our guide, we're going to need another guide. Yeah, so more close-ups of Marek. Say goodbye to this guy. Sorry. If you like them, tough tits. You don't get to see him again. But,
hey, Eric.
More... Oh, is there at the house? What's going on?
Some of them guys in our chat said this girl wasn't hot.
No, when you totally take that wig off her head, and it's the shaved sides of her head that totally are turning.
Oh, for real. I've never seen her in everything but this show.
Oh, bro, I got that picture. I got it for you. I'll bring it up in a little bit.
She's got some crazy eyes. Too crazy for me, man.
Yeah.
Like
This girl's my wife from another life. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm not trying to end up in jail for the weekend.
I don't know. I like her.
Those are vibes I get from her.
Here's Sabine. She's got the guns. I still can't. Like, this chick looks exactly like cartoon Sabine.
Oh, 100%.
And when they dress her up in all this, in her gear, and she's got the same guns and everything, it's like...
Yeah, the armor's really on point. I like the lights that they got on there. Aerith says wood. Yes, indeed. And Jeremy says Shin isn't bad. I'd smang. Look, Team Shin right here, okay? I'm a simp lord for Shin. Let's go. She's my wife from another life. But yeah, Sabine looking pretty good here. And I got some pictures of her pads. I shouldn't have said that. Her shoulder pads. Because she's got the Rebel logo still. She doesn't have the New Republic logo. I got a little comparison pic somewhere, but it doesn't matter if you don't have it. That's one side. The other side
I do. It's in the other folder here. Let me find it real quick.
Oh, okay, nice. The common theme I see amongst these Rebel characters is that they are still rebels. You know, this is one of the things that like Dave Filoni's probably doing better than Abrams did, because Abrams really wanted to have rebels, but like, how do you have rebels when you're the government? Like, you're the functioning body that's keeping things together, right? Whereas with these characters, we see them, you know, like with Hera, we'll see later, actively defying orders, right? Because they just can't fit into this New Republic life.
Rebels being your actual functioning government is how the Empire takes over again in 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Finn says, she's your Dom Bay. Yeah.
I got that damn picture. I don't know where the hell it went.
This is going to be a really great picture when you guys get to see it. Let me tell you.
There it is. Maybe. Okay.
Aerith's got some great stuff coming up too. I think Volume 1 is relaunching of Aerith Saga. If you haven't gotten Volume 1, you definitely should check it out. So yeah, this is my shitty picture I put together, showing that she's not got the thing on. There you go.
She used Windows Paint. It's not even centered in the white box correctly. But that's fine. I appreciate the effort.
Oh, I should remind you that
man.
Mo has said stuff too.
What did Mo say? I got as long as you read it. Which one is it? This one?
The armor may not deflect blaster fire, but it deflects the male gaze.
I like her armor.
Yes, Michael T., we are the most professional crew that you will ever see.
On all of the Earth. On all of
There isn't a
TV.
Star Wars show like this.
No.
That's for sure. They wouldn't allow it. So Sabine's looking all over the place for her Viber, and Ahsoka comes up like, you're nervous. All right, here it is right here. Talk again about, you know, setting up, hey, look, we got to bust that map if we can't get it. Okay, so they're setting up the obvious story plot points. Again, it's a bit forced in a little bit of time, but Steve, like you said, you know, it's meant to be binged. It's just the way it's going to go. And while they're talking, while they got their girl talk going on, Hu Yang gets ambushed. I got a little video of him getting ambushed if you happen to have it. If not, that's totally cool too. I kind of like what we're doing today.
This is
I like this part that we didn't like, kind of like where she's going through her armor. It's kind of like classic Old West act, like Mad Max even does that at the very beginning, like they show him They show a close up of his sunglasses, his boots, his gun going in his holster, whatever. Then there's a shot of him looking in the rearview mirror, whatever. And they just kind of like went through this, like let's check out our equipment, kind of like action movie thing. It was kind of cool. Here we go.
Steve loves Mad Maxi pads.
I like Mad Max a lot.
And here
better
we get
than Ahsoka, but Ahsoka's cool too.
here we get the first droid versus droid fighting scene since Solo.
we've all just been on the edge of our seat ever since we saw Solo. Gone. If only had more. If only had more of this. The difference. This one's a lot better because there's not like a droid activist back there screaming at him, being a droid Karen.
That is true.
There was a part where he's in the middle of this fight, and like all through the other parts when he's talking, his eyes, like when he was on the comm, his eyes were rectangle, and then he went back to normal mode and they were circle again, like the parts that are lit up. And then when he got mad, there was a part where they got like real squinty triangles. It was kind of cool. And then he smashed turned the lights off in the ship by smashing it. The party was fixing, and then they're like, why didn't the Force warn us that we're under attack? And they ran out here and fought them. And you can tell kind of it's like one of those modern sets where they, instead of like putting it together in post, like they actually see the background on a 3D screen behind them. And it's in like because like they never move like 4 feet away from each other the whole time during this fight.
They used some. Ahsoka uses the Force in this in a couple different ways that are pretty fun, pretty new, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
She moves one guy directly in the line of fire from another one, and then just throws him away after he gets shot.
Michael T says, how dare you invoke Solo? Dislike on sub, report for targeted harassment.
Sorry, man. It's like post-traumatic stress.
We did that before when we mentioned Corellia for episode 2. Gosh, we are awful people. I'm sorry.
Which one is it called on your videos here?
Oh, I didn't name them very well, did I?
Ascending.
If you go to Ambush.
This is the later. Ambush? Okay. Here we go.
That's the one with the Ahsoka and Sabine. Hu Yang Fisticuffs is,
This is the wrong one. What the hell are you doing? It's this one. Okay.
Yeah. Sabine does a couple of flips, and I don't appreciate them. I don't appreciate that either. Punching him with a pistol. Look, flip. Like, don't hurt my girl's plot armor.
That was your They're doing teamwork, though.
Yeah, they pretty much wreck shop here, but they're just a bunch of droids.
I like that team up there, where Sabine, ties the guy, brings him in. And Ahsoka comes in with a finishing move. That was pretty cool. Ambush, Aldous says. Yes, that's right. We put the bush in ambush right here. That's for sure. Yeah.
We're trying to get all these moves, so just be patient, man. I can barely get our own videos up here on time. So.
Kathleen Kennedy doesn't know they didn't use her original script for episode 1. Filoni axed it when he saw the line about, we're like out of Force juice. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oz has a good one.
Yeah.
Solo.
That was, man.
Your name is Solo. It's like, this movie is called Solo because the box office returns are so low.
Oh.
Yes, I got that. I got that prepared.
Yeah, so then Hu Yang sets up something else again. He comes out, says, "All right, you two definitely don't split up. Whatever you do, don't split up. Do not move away from each other for too great a distance that you can't see each other." And they're both like, "Sure, Hu Yang, weird ass robot, whatever."
Yeah.
I don't know
I know
why.
they were stupid. You knew they were gonna as soon as he said don't. They're like, we're gonna.
Felix Haas asks, "Is blue milk force juice?" I think that's officially an Ask Steve question right there.
All right. Yeah, we'll get to that in the upcoming episode. We're gonna tell you all about blue milk.
But up to this point, how do you guys feel about the episode?
They started off with some good action right away, so it's fine up until now.
Yes. Up until now, I was already like, this is better than episode 3. It's kind of
Yes.
promising.
I mean, it's like this whole experience so far. It's like we're sitting there saying, "Oh, is this part cool? You know, is this character cool? Is this move cool or whatever?" And we're like enjoying it or not enjoying it on like a micro level because we still don't know what the whole plot is. And apparently next week, or the one that comes out tomorrow, is supposed to be so good that they're showing it in theaters and in select areas and whatnot. And I'm thinking like this one I like because they actually hit, you know, the hyperspace level. And so we know we're getting on our, if the next one is stupid and the whole premise and concept of this show turns out to be stupid, then the whole show is going to suck. And we don't know if we're to that point or not. But like this episode, as far like I liked it sitting there watching it, and I love the fucking star map shit. It's like ancient aliens in Star Wars. It's already a bunch of ancient aliens, you know, because it's a long time ago, and you got a red chick and a green chick, and they're like, "Oh my God, there's ancient aliens." It's just cool. It's kind of like Knights of the Old Republic with the Rakatan Empire, and they did drop a what's it called? A member berry in Andor where the guy said this crystal is an ancient Rakatan. But like in that game, they were doing like prehistory of the Star Wars universe, and it was just cool and interesting to me. And they're, you know, they're going there in this show. So I just like the overall theme to me so far is pretty cool.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And as
Yeah,
opposed
Yoda
to like,
is an ancient alien. Yes. He helped
they probably
build.
tried to make that term politically correct, made him like an alien of great age or something like that. Aged alien.
I tried to get Steve to stand his hair up like Giorgio Tsoukalos.
I don't have enough. That's why I wear this hat.
It was just a no-go. But we do got a Snuggie in the house, so he can just be like, aliens. It's aliens.
A lot of people are bringing up like points later in the episode. We got Jeremy talking about how they're going to do something with the world between worlds. Yeah, you know, it's Filoni. Ahsoka's in there. They're looking for Ezra. That, you know, that's what he's going to do. He's going to put his thing in there, right? You know, but I'm with you, Steve. Like, better
a lot
to go.
of people don't know what the world between worlds is.
This is true. Yeah, a lot of people are asking Steve, what exactly is the world between worlds? And Steve, I think you actually had an answer for them, didn't you?
I sure do.
All right.
Is a world-famous Star Wars collector and toy dealer. You may remember him from Trader's World Flea Market or seen rare items from his collection in the famous book Tom Art's Guide to Worldwide Star Wars Collectibles, second edition. Here he is, Steve, that Star Wars boy, the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting and important episode of Ask Steve, that Star Wars boy, starring me, Steve, that Star Wars boy, the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth, where real Star Wars fans like you ask me, Steve, that Star Wars boy, the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth, real Star Wars questions. So today, I did it all for the Wookiee 744 writes, Dear Steve, WTF is the world between worlds? I'm lost. Well, I did it all for the Wookiee 744. That is a question on everyone's mind, isn't it? Here is a short video to help you understand.
What about the fourth dimension? Now, to approach that, let's consider a cube. Now, if we look at the shadow of a three-dimensional object in two dimensions, we see that, in this case, not all the lines appear equal. Not all the angles are right angles. The three-dimensional object has not been perfectly represented in its projection in two dimensions, but that's part of the cost of losing a dimension in the projection. Now, let's take this three-dimensional cube and project it, carry it through a fourth physical dimension. Not that way, not that way, not that way, but at right angles to those three directions. This is it. And you can see it's two nested cubes, all the vertices connected by lines. And now the real tesseract in four dimensions would have all the lines of equal length and all the angles right angles. That's not what we see here, but that's the penalty of projection. So you see, while we cannot imagine the world of four dimensions, we can certainly think about it perfectly well.
This is not just science fiction. Perhaps with our instruments, we can detect dark matter-like objects from other universes hovering just above our universe, because gravity oozes between dimensions.
So you see, it's like that, only it's pretend. It's pretty basic, really. Now, next up, we have They Fly AF Now 1488, who asks, Dear Steve, are there ducks in Star Wars? Well, They Fly AF Now 1488, that is a very good question. Yes, there are ducks in Star Wars. They lived on Naboo, but Luke Skywalker had never, ever seen one because he lived on Tatooine. I hope these answers have been helpful to you and enriched your knowledge and understanding of the Star Wars galaxy. Thanks for joining us again for this episode of Ask Steve, That Star Wars Boy, starring me, Steve, That Star Wars Boy, the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth. See you next time. Send your real Star Wars questions to me, Steve, That Star Wars Boy. And if I answer your question live on the show, you will receive a free 2024 Steve That Star Wars Boy calendar PDF file.
Do 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 Steve. Do 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 do. Why don't you just go be with your best friend Steve?
Wow. What can I say? Steve is muted, so I'm going to talk over him. A double feature? It's incredible.
Ever since we finished fulfilling Tiger Blue, I've had a little bit too much free time on my hands.
Well, you've inspired people to ask questions. Mo Biggs asks, Steve, do R2 units count as Star Wars Aliens RE? The no sex with Star Wars Aliens questions policy. Asking for my boy, Sugar Chris.
Okay, we'll address that.
Definitely. Oz Great Sage asks,
There's
will we ever get
certain
Darth Talon?
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is it this one? No.
No, Oz Great Sage. He asks, will we ever get Darth Talon?
You won't. She's out of your league. I'm just saying, I've never seen you, Oz. Will we
Dean
ever get?
From
We were actually going to get Darth Talon in George Lucas's version of the sequel trilogy, but Kathleen Kennedy threw it in the garbage, so you can blame her. I was gonna have Darth Talon, and she's like this super hot Twi'lek. Like Corey would have seen that movie like enough times just to, break the box office record.
I'm sure we'd get some original Corey art of Darth Talon. And hail Dean.
This is a great question. Dear Steve, that Star Wars boy, does a Wookiee without hair have the penis of a man or a dog?
It's technically not having sex with aliens question, but it's like skirting the territory.
Yeah, it's pretty borderline.
Oh, I'm also asking for Sugar Chris. Yes, thank you. Oh,
yeah, no doubt. You're too good for
exactly. Oz, look elsewhere.
She has a really bad personality.
Well, wasn't the original design for Chewbacca the Gorax from the Ewok movies?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so you could probably get your answer there, Dean, but you just have to go watch the Ewok movies.
Goodness.
I think
Well, that's
he
something
has
we
pants.
recommend everybody do.
He does have pants on, though, in that movie, I believe. If my memory serves me correctly. I haven't watched it for like 2 months.
Yeah, he's got a loincloth. He's covered. They don't have wild dick swinging in the Ewok films. That much I can be confident about.
Yeah, I would have remembered that.
Oh.
Anytime. We're here to build each other up, not tear each other down, right?
Oh, man. So, yeah, send Steve, that Star Wars boy, your Star Wars related questions, and he will answer them live on a pre-recorded video.
I'm live when I do it. I'm live. Yeah. It's live
going
for
on
me.
for... Yeah, exactly. It's alive enough, man. So after this, we do cut back to Hera, and this was something I thought Hera would do like later on in the show, but apparently she's just antsy to get out there, so she boosts. She tells this dude behind her, like, no, I'm leaving without approval. I don't care what you say. I'm also bringing my kid. So mom of the year material right here, I'd say.
This is the part last week when Crazy said, how come we didn't learn about his dad? That was a perfect opportunity to explain him. And I said, oh, just shut up and have patience. It's going to be in the very next scene. Well, it wasn't. He was right. So.
Vindication. I am vindicated.
But still, why the hell? Like, you know, we're going to face the most deadly threat in the galaxy that if someone even utters the name of Thrawn, people shit their pants and, oh my God, oh no, whatever. Let's bring our 10-year-old with us into the battle. Good mom, like you guys said. Like,
well, to be fair, right? She is going out without authorization. Like, she might not be welcome back. So, like, she probably has to bring her kid or risk losing him.
Space CPS isn't going to like that.
No, but here's the other thing. She is a single mom in Star Wars, which is the most difficult job in the space world.
That is.
And yeah, and getting a sitter at this time of night, such short notice, kind of difficult. So,
I mean, she is a general. She could have just ordered someone to babysit her kid.
That one dot guy over there, she could have said, watch my kid.
Are you guys trying to say that there are holes in the show?
No, I'm just saying that, you know.
Mo Big says, or risk losing him. Yeah, that would be a real tragedy.
He is the weirdest hell looking kid. And this guy, who seems to be, according to the Mandalorian and the other shows, this is the only dude in the whole New Republic who gives a shit.
Carson.
He fights every battle. He flies. Like, how much like space gas does this X-Wing use? He goes everywhere for the entire fleet and does every single mission, and no one else does shit. And then he goes and does extra side missions, like this one.
When the Republic is offering OT, you take that offering. You don't put that down.
Yeah.
This guy's like that dude at the post office who lives at the post office. He's like 16-hour shift. I'm on it. I'm sorting mail all day.
See, I got this window open. You can see it jitter in there. It's covered in my chat. That's why I'm not putting you guys' chats up, sorry. All right.
Or risk losing him. Yeah, that would be a real tragedy. Did you just say Star Wars has a single mom? You better believe it, Dean. They're all single moms.
To be fair, his dad is dead.
Yeah, Darth Vader was a single dad. So that makes up for it.
Yeah, but he kind of left for smokes and never came back.
This is a movie that Dean probably showed on his stream.
Yeah. Go check out Comics Mate if you haven't checked out Comics Mate. He's the king of cringe. He's got a good channel over there.
A Lobot would be helpful for this situation.
The robot
Watch the
babysitter? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. And she could do
Exactly.
that thing like Lander did. She's got that little watch. She could be like where he types in, you know what I'm saying? And the robot's thing lights up. And she could be like, doot, 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 and the robot would be like, doot, 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 doot. Time to go to bed, Jason. See?
Either that, or you call your trustworthy Uncle Jar Jar and you have a 30-minute animated short about his wacky adventures with this kid.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Sark says, "Oh, I'm early. At least 2 more hours of streaming." That's right. We're going for it.
That's a good plan.
Hey, B Rose.
Black Rose is back. What's up, B Rose? Kenny from Any Godzilla. We missed the first part of this conversation on the screen here, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I like it. Aldous unironically loves this show, which is great. Because we always thought of ourselves as kind of like the prequels where people only ironically like us.
You mean our show or Ahsoka? Which one? Like,
oh yeah, I don't know. He might be talking about Ahsoka. That's a good point. So we see Hera with these other rebels. It's a couple humans and then one Rhodian who look kind of cool. And they all say like, we're with you. Carson actually says, "Once a rebel, always a rebel." Again, kind of that mindset. Dave Filoni's really having his cake and eating it too. He's doing something that the sequel trilogy couldn't do, which is to make the rebels actually seem like rebels and not just a bunch of like, people who are part of like a functioning government. You shouldn't have to be rebels, right? And they jump to hyperspace on their way to Cetos, and that's more or less it here. I do have a little video that kind of shows off the fleet because I know you really like that, Steve. But we don't necessarily need to show it again.
What's it called?
What is it called? Let's see. This is
Ambush.
Hera's little fleet.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, and another thing too is they're buckling up. Hera's buckling up with Jason.
You mean
it's like almost shot for shot straight out of Rebels.
Oh, okay.
And you get the Ghost for the first time in live action.
Good point.
It's in Rogue One. So you're wrong.
Oh, that's right. It was in Rogue One, huh? Was it also in?
What's it in Rogue One?
No. What was it? Yeah, it was in Rogue One, and then wasn't it in the last? No, not the Last Jedi. What was that mistake called?
We don't.
Skywalker Returns.
So we don't.
Oh, that episode 9 thing.
Rise of Skywalker.
We don't talk about that though.
Even Aldous knows more about Star Wars than you, crazy.
No. It happens.
Yeah, look, that looks awesome. That's glorious.
Right? It's cool looking stuff. Yeah, it was a short clip. It's just cool looking ships. They blast off, they go to Cetos. That's about it there. And then Morgan starts prepping to download the map. And we got a few things here. We got some weird little golden robots. We've got this like server that I guess is acting as the main translation point, right? That's taking in all the map data and sending it up to the ship. And the thing about the ship, the Eye of Sion, it is not just in orbit anymore, right? It's like in the atmosphere. It's pretty close to the planet.
It looks cool when it's coming out of the atmosphere later on, and I guess They're trying to say it had to come down to being ranged, which is kind of goofy that they couldn't, if you look at that little laser thing that they're shooting up, do we have it here? No.
Vindication.
But anyway, there's like that little laser part that comes out of the map. That doesn't go beyond the dome that they're in. It's not like shooting up to the ship. It's like it's transmitting it. So I don't know why it couldn't be up in orbit, but it does look cooler taking off from here.
Yeah, and I think there's precedent. We saw in Rogue One that in order to transmit the Death Star plans, they kind of need to be close to the main tower, right?
That had a shield, though. They had to break the shield or some crap. I don't know.
That's true.
This is real ancient, though. So, like, ancient alien transmissions couldn't go as far, maybe. Which also, that makes no sense either, but... And the one thing you said, like when we were talking earlier in the week, is you said, why did he say moments? Like he's a droid. He should give a precise answer. How long? Moments. Like that's not what droids would say.
No, so to set it up, like Morgan's like, okay, how much longer until the coordinates are translated? The droid turns to her, pauses, and says, moments. Don't be vague with me, you fucking bitch droid. Be precise. 19.29 minutes.
Okay, and then
give or take.
Did we already do the part where they said don't split up? Yeah, we did that already. Okay, well then they get here and they're like, there they are. The two evil people we gotta fight.
Yeah, we got Shin. They run into they run into Shin and Merrick in the woods, where we get Merrick with his spinny blade, most notably known as Inquisitor's blade.
Is he doing weeb shit in our chat, Mo?
Oh, I'm about to introduce some more weeb shit if you want, Steve. Look for a video called Ahsoka and Harakiri.
That just sounds suspicious, even.
There are a lot less tentacles involved than you'd think, so we're safe.
What's
there.
it called? Say it again.
Ahsoka and Harakiri. Folder 7.
Okay.
So in a lot of these fights, they do a lot of stance changes, to kind of show the intent of each character. So we have Ahsoka coming with like the back blade here. Mark's just got the double blade out. He tries a lot of like intimidation factors that don't really actually look super practical, but it's kind of meant to mirror Kurosawa, which we can see here with Harakiri. Underrated film. Everybody talks about Seven Samurai, but this is great. So look at like some of the changes in stance. They come close, attack once, and then look at this. Oh, it's just like this little shift, right? Then he's like approaching from the side. Comes in with this overhand sort of thing, right? That's just kind of trying to show where Filoni's coming from with a lot of these fights, because except for Sabine and Shin, which is just really fast, Ahsoka and Marek, and then especially Ahsoka and Balin, it's a lot of that like testing each other, reading each other, changing stances and preparation, right? So Milpig says, Ape, how about no?
And welcome, Sark.
Yeah, Sark said
what is going on up here?
Because there'd be like 2 hours left in the stream.
What is going on up here in our chat?
Oh, there's just, I'll say this, don't take Oz's wrench, because then he's done for, okay? Mobig says, the way they touch tips, get bashful, and hop backwards is like B. Rose and James first testing out the Baldo.
And the thing that they're trying to like emphasize here, and the way that it started, is they made the sword fights in the prequels and in Clone Wars and everything just got so over the top, action moves and whatever, that when you went back to A New Hope and watched the original one, it was, they were barely moving. And so they like knew about or researched or whatever, and they're trying to kind of in a way retcon the original duel between Vader and Obi-Wan, but also using it now. They've kind of gone beyond that and are using it in a cool way for its new thing. But the point is that these masters barely move because they're both such masters that if one of them shifts the weight on his foot, the other one knows exactly his next 3 moves in sequence or whatever, because they think 3 moves ahead. So you keep seeing them shift for like 30 seconds or a minute. They know what each other's going to do, and they're trying to, they're trying to find, how am I going to counter this and attack this guy? And the battle is going on in their mind, not, in their moves, because they're both masters. They're putting a puzzle together, trying to
find their opening.
So there's a battle going on in their head, and so they're just positioning each other. And then when he actually fights Darth Maul, and it was much like the one coming up where Ahsoka fights Merrick, when it finally happens, it's a matter of one move and it's over.
Exactly. And when you juxtapose that with the Shin and Sabine fight, which is literally running through the forest, shooting at each other, like cutting down trees, it's so sloppy. But I like it because they're Padawan, they're learners, right? They're not masters. Even Merrick isn't really a master, but he's using a lot of intimidation factors to kind of be like, look, I'm a black belt in this regard and such. And Ahsoka's like, I'm a 3rd degree in 4 disciplines, so there's
Who knows what the hell he was. We know what he was, but we don't really know.
Yeah, so Alt Sage says this here too. He says, that's the one thing I liked about Rebels. Maul and Obi's fight was short and sweet.
Exactly. And you saw, just like Steve talked about, like testing each other. You saw Obi-Wan go into his original like prequel stance, bit more combative. Then he went to his original stance in like episode 4 where he fought Vader. But then he changed to the stance that's kind of like what we see with Balin later on. That was very reminiscent of Qui-Gon in episode 1. And that lured Maul into attacking him because he thought, I know what this guy's going to do next. And Obi-Wan just flipped the tables on him. Maul Biggs, I'm a black belt. I'm a 3rd degree black belt. I'm all the Jedi. And Michael T., he says it. Obi-Wan suckered Maul into the same move he tried on Qui-Gon by adopting Qui-Gon's stance. Subtle detail, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah. It's not like the people making like Rebels and Clone Wars don't like Star Wars.
And
they do. Sometimes they just do things that are weird.
They're doing this thing here where with Balin, they keep showing he has Qui-Gon's stance and he has Dooku's words and look. You know what I mean? So it's like Dooku was Qui-Gon's master, and they're very, very, very similar characters. And they're showing like Qui-Gon was good and Dooku ended up being bad, but they all kind of came, down the same train of thought. And they'll even show that in those Tales of the Jedi cartoons where they like, and then Dooku says it like, Qui-Gon would have helped me. He knew the Senate was corrupt and all that. So like, those clues, just like everything that they put on Balin has to do with the two characters who think the government is corrupt but want to fix it, and then the things that he says are very similar. He says you want to rescue your friend, but I have a greater cause. So we were speculating about him earlier last week or whatever. I think they're reinforcing that, like he urgently needs to get power because he thinks he needs to save the entire galaxy.
And before you get on us, Mo, about trying to talk you into watching Tales of the Jedi, we totally got
it's
all
a pretty
this.
Good show.
We totally, Mo doesn't trust us when we tell people it's a good show anymore.
It's not as good as our droids cartoon.
No.
but it's
Nothing's that good.
It's pretty cool.
We totally got Aldous to watch Tales of the Jedi, and
Ray isn't in it.
I'm pretty sure he was impressed on a couple of episodes. So
That's
Tales
the
of
last time
Jedi.
I'll just trust you with anything now. Now that you said that out loud.
There we go.
It's better than watching paint dry. That's, hey.
I'd spent some time watching paint dry tonight. We went and painted a house that is closing tomorrow. We had to do the walkthrough touch up. It was kind of fun. We were like smoking weed, just watching paint dry. It wasn't that bad.
So I got 2 more clips here of Ahsoka and Mark fighting. There isn't too much to it. If you want to go through both of them, you can, or you can just skip to number 2 where we see Mark get nerked.
Oh, he's got to go
Merrick 2.
Yeah, if you go Ahsoka Merrick 2, that's where he gets murked. Not really important to see the first one, but I still find it kind of cool. She's got this overhead stance, right? Kind of like what we saw in Kurosawa. And again, Mark's just doing these intimidation techniques. This is very common with like the Inquisitors. They just start spinning their blades, and people go, "Oh my gosh, that's scary!" But it doesn't really amount to much, as we see
It's
in this
like
clip.
the guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He spins his sword around, and then Indy just shoots him dead. They kind of like, I'm a badass, and then they're all pussies. That's the Inquisitors. Is that it for that one? All right.
Mo Biggs, it was better than watching paint dry would be a nice pull quote for the show. Thanks, Mo. Was that it for the clip?
It stopped. I don't know. I assume it was. I was looking for the part. Where's the part with the green smoke?
Damn. I swear I got him. Okay, well, if it just stopped there, you can show the picture, I guess. But yeah, Mark is just a bunch of green shit. Let's see. Maybe it goes. Maybe that was Disney trying to save us from getting struck again. I guess it just stopped there.
All right.
Well, he spins it like a helicopter blade, and then they rush each other. And it's one swipe, and it's over. And then we get maybe what Steve's going to show us.
Yeah, I'm about to show it. Just have patience.
That is so weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I just stopped it there. That was real nice of me.
There, he gets cut, and all this green Night Sister comes out. Night Sister power, and everybody says, "Oh, now we know who Merrick is," and we actually don't. He's just dead now. He was somebody, probably an Inquisitor, who was either like brought back from the dead or supplemented with power by Night Sister magic or whatever, but he's dead now, and we still don't know who he is.
But we have seen this before with Savage Opress in the Clone Wars.
And I've got that clip too if you want to go for Opress Green. That's the file name in folder number 7 here. Crazy, how did you feel about this reveal or not reveal of Mark?
You know, I was kind of expecting this to happen, but like, you know me, I wanted the gusto. I wanted Star Killer. But I knew that it wouldn't be the Star Killer that we had from the video games. It would be a nerfed version. But I also, if it was Star Killer, I wouldn't have wanted him killed off in one stroke. But
look at the this shot we have froze here is from Clone Wars. Darth Maul's brother, his apprentice, was about the same height as him, and then the Night Sisters put this magic in him, and his horns grew real big, and he got like 2 feet taller, and he was like real powerful and stuff. And this here is where the Emperor finally took him out on Mandalore, and this these hieroglyphic, this mural or whatever it is in the background. This is a Mandalorian depiction. Look how they depict the Jedi.
Yeah, they're monsters.
Mm-hmm. His head's upside down. This guy's got like 3 eyes. What it? That's like not why we brought this up, but that was just an interesting thing. Okay, now you'll notice, yeah. Okay, yeah, they show it. All the magic comes out of him.
I'm an unworthy apprentice.
Yeah, and he becomes skinnier too, which
And he
happens
goes,
to Mark.
He goes back to his original form.
His horns get all shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that kind of happens to Mark. You can see his arms get skinnier. And I don't think that's because there was like hot air in there. There's to me, there's clearly a body in there, but it's significantly weaker.
We still don't know who he was, but he was definitely an Inquisitor at some point in time.
Honestly, I'm glad that they didn't like take off his helmet and reveal that it was, I don't know, like some actor or anybody like that. I like it.
Why is
vague.
it showing this screen? That's not the one I was trying to show. Hold on.
Oz Great Sage says Force Unleashed was fun. Yes, Force Unleashed was a lot of fun. The books are not bad either. I've got my copy of Force Unleashed 2 novels. Pretty cool. Perth says helicopter sabers are stupid. Steve, you actually brought up like an explanation for helicopter sabers, didn't you?
It's probably not the great one, but I was thinking, okay, look at everything in Star Wars flies. The little droids fly. Obi-Wan's hanging on that droid that's flying through Coruscant in Episode 2. The torture droid in Episode 4. It's a little ball. It floats around. Everything can fly in Star Wars. So I'm saying it makes more sense to me in my head if that handle can fly and it just spins around so they can steer or cut birds that are in front of them or something. I don't know. It is kind of stupid to have a helicopter lightsaber. Like the blade wouldn't actually work like a helicopter projector. Like there's got to be an anti-grav thing inside the handle.
Mobiggs says there is zero chance of it being a good explanation. Well, what do you think?
There's like maybe a 2% chance that that's a good explanation.
I think that's 2% too high.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the green. Okay, here's Crazy Eye.
Also known as Blondie, also known as Shin.
Shin the baddie.
Once they see that the other guy's dead, then she's like, okay, we went too far. I only have one picture.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Well, right after this, she goes, basically, she says, hey, I got an idea. Let's split up. Go get the map. And Ahsoka's like, okay.
Yes, after all of Hugh Yang's fucking saying, hey, let's stick together, Sabine's like, no, go. I got this.
Oh, yeah, this chick who killed me last time, I'm good. I got her. Put me in, coach.
They never saw Star Wars Episode 2. Like, you're not supposed to say, no, I'm taking him. You're supposed to stay with your master.
But she is Mando armored out in this scene as opposed to their first fight. She's got her guns. She's pretty well. She's got her plot armor on her. So
she does much better fighting her as a Mando too.
Yeah,
Mando
I've got like
tactics.
I've got 4 fight clips here of Shin and Sabine, but if you want to click on like fight 3, that's a pretty good portion that shows her using her Mando-ness. But they're also fight 4, it's got that moment where she may or may not have used the Force. And I do want to talk about that, but I also want to say that Shin, when Marek blows up, she looks back at him and she's like, the fuck? Like, she's not just looking back like, oh no, my dude died. She's looking back like, what the hell was that? So let's see here. So yeah, this is a lot of the fight. It's like a lot of amateur stuff, just running through the forest, right?
And it just seems though right off like Sabine fell for it. Like her whole trick is let's separate them. I'll get this one to chase me away from her master. I'll cut her off and, take her out. And you're obviously the more skilled. You take Ahsoka. That's kind of what I like. Why would she pick her and him? Like, is he,
Hell,
is he
Kiwi
badass?
Skirt. Hell, Kiwi Skirt. Glad to see you in
Welcome
the
back.
chat.
Welcome, Kiwi Skirt. Thank you for coming.
Where are we at here? Is this one over? Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, just go to the next one. Just showcases some of their fighting. But Mo says our standards are low.
They're kind of low.
I mean, we watched the sequel trilogy. Of course they're low.
Oh, no, he meant our standards of women.
Oh.
So she's,
we'll
using a
go.
lot of blaster fire, getting pushed back.
And then
where her Mando helmet just comes off.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was watching this episode earlier, and I just thought they need chin straps for these things because it's always at like the most inconvenient time that their helmet just happens to fly off of their head.
This is probably the one thing that I hated most about this episode. She just hits a tree, and there goes her helmet.
Oh no, my helmet fell off.
If only she had like a chin strap to keep that thing on. She should ask B-Rose. I know he likes chin straps. B-Rose, if you're still here, I love you, buddy. Let's go.
Okay, video. Now, where are we at? Part 3.
So now they're actually dueling with sabers.
And Sabine's not that good.
Not that good, but she's better.
Yeah, she's been out of practice. She's only had a little practice with Hu Yang.
It's exactly like I said. She chased her down in the woods, and now she's on defense because she shouldn't have chased her into the woods. She already stabbed her to the gut.
Yeah, that pushback. See, she's like, oh, almost got her. Shin's never quite on the ropes until she kind of gets surprised towards the end.
Okay.
But I mean, to me, this fight seemed pretty well choreographed. I didn't see anything like obvious that was like, what the hell was that for? I mean, what do you guys think?
Chicks fighting anyway, so. Where's this other one at? It's called Part 4. Here we go. That was the Qui-Gon Jinn move, elbow her in the face.
Yep.
The Darth Maul kick her down.
Now listen to this. Okay, you heard that, right?
No.
Come on.
This is
God
where
damn it. God
this is
damn it,
this,
crazy.
This is the one scene that is totally panel divided.
Hey, don't say anything for a minute. Okay.
Yeah. No, we got to go back further. Got to go back further. Further. Further.
Yeah, you got to get her with her hand
Okay,
down.
Farther,
it's right.
Steve.
It's right there. Okay.
Right here. Listen. Did you hear that?
I heard
No,
the
it wasn't
saber.
again. I heard it the first time.
Dude, it's like a drum. That's the force.
Or is that a dud?
Strong disagree.
See, I don't know. The first time I watched it, I thought maybe she just flinched.
No, she didn't flinch. She got pushed a bit. Shin is coming back and she says, you have no power here, because she's trying to, keep Sabine off balance. Sabine used the force right there. It was a little bit. It was enough to, off-center Shin. You can hear it. There are so many audio cues when people use the force, like when they force choke, there's that, right? People use, when they force push, there's doom. That was like a drum. It was a deep bass hit. Crazy mad. I was correct about the Purgle. I was right about Mark. Believe me on this. It's not a flinch.
I can't do it, dude. Like, I have to see it.
You think she
And I don't see it.
flinched?
I think she tries to go for it, and Shin totally realizes that she has no power, no force power, and she even says it. You have no power here.
I think she would react either way, though. If it was like, if she had no power at all and she just flinched, and then she'd turn around and be like, ha ha ha. Or if she felt it and it was just extremely weak, like it was, she'd probably react the same way. Like, you have no power. So, yeah, I don't know.
Kiwi skirt's on my side here. I don't know. Looks
Yeah.
Looks like she.
Yeah, that's what I'm
expected
saying.
something,
I'm
so
on the
flinched,
fence.
but
I'm
nothing
on the
came.
fence, and you guys each have an opinion. I'm on the fence. I want to know. We'll find out. I'm sure that could be a little clue that maybe she does have a little bit of force power. But yeah, the first time I watched it, I thought she just flinched.
Mo Biggs is clearly on my side. He says, "I can't believe Crazy Mad missed the iconic Force Drum audio cue." Thank you, Mo.
Are you stupid? Crazy. Have you ever even seen Star Wars before?
Yes,
Come on, man.
several times.
Oh.
Amateurs I have to deal with on this show.
But I love the little move she does here. She's like, "Oh, I'm not
This
getting
is a
nothing from
cool
the
move.
Force."
She's like gonna fake her out. She's still like pretending, and then all of a sudden she does.
Okay, pause.
She's like, bitch. That was awesome. Though. She's like, I got darts though, bitch.
Boom. Oh,
Yep.
great.
That was cool.
Back
Clutch
to her
move.
Mando stuff because she doesn't have any Force power.
And she
That's
blocks
not
it
why,
just
Crazy.
in the nick
Stop
of
it.
time. But all the Mando's weapons, I mean, they're Jedi killers. All of their weapons are specifically designed to fight Jedi. So, you know, if she could even tiny bit of this Jedi stuff going, she'll be pretty badass. Cause she, you know, look at those darts, and those aren't even the Mando darts that go like everywhere, like
The
the
whistling
birds.
birds.
Yeah, those are just regular Mando darts. What if she had the good ones? You know what I mean? Look, she knocked her saber right out of her hand.
Michael T says that if she has the Force, I'm gonna push Ape out of his tree. I deserve everything I'm getting here. Aldous says the retardation is strong here. Yes, it is. On the show and on the panel. We got it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. These are the only co-hosts I could get, Aldous.
Only Steve is the most knowledgeable Star Wars expert on all of the Earth on this panel.
No, in all seriousness, I'm lucky to have both these guys are great. They bring.
Oh man.
They do research and like get folders with pictures in them and stuff. It's amazing. It's awesome. And Mo writes, I can't stand seeing darts in Star Wars ever since Mando Season 3 when Baby Yoda was challenging that kid to a training battle. That was pretty freaking stupid. Crazy keeps telling me that Mando is a good show.
The first 2 seasons are good. This third season, I cannot fucking...
Just because I like Ahsoka, don't think for 1 minute that I approve of Mando. That show...
See, this is where me and Steve are divided.
I'm not impressed. Like, certain scenes and certain moments are very cool overall. Like, don't even get me started on them stupid fobs. Like,
I don't even ever have to get you started. You get yourself started on the fobs.
Them things are stupid. They're stupid.
I agree. I don't. The fobs are retarded.
They take out the whole. If you have a fob, a spaceship, an army, and a secret, prey that you're trying to abduct, don't tell 50 people and give them fobs when you can just fly there yourself, kill everybody in the village, take your thing, go away, and then your secret is kept, and Amanda doesn't steal your baby Yoda away. Freaking idiots.
Once we're done reviewing Ahsoka, we got to have a stream dedicated to the fobs, Steve. That's what this is calling for.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You should have seen us.
All's great, Sage. I agree
Duking
with
it
you.
out last week after the show got struck. I was just like, it was all Crazy's fault. So I was just like, We were going at it. It was unreal. Yes, just lazy, man, lazy.
I agree. Very lazy writing with Bobs.
Oh,
A man
Lord.
stole my baby.
Ray Todd.
Amando stole my baby.
That's for Ray, Oz, and if Dean was still in here.
That's fucking. I'm gonna make a short out of that. Maybe Michael T. That's fun.
Give that man a calendar. That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Check your. I'll just post it on your YouTube pages.
Oh man. So
where are we at here? Okay.
Well, now we're getting to like the main event, right? Where we're getting to the face-off between Balin and Ahsoka. And this is where shit gets real heavy. And I loved pretty much everything about this fight except for one particular move that seemed a bit too choreographed. But otherwise, like this is great stuff.
Okay, this is still from the other fight. Okay, starts out. He says, "What's the first thing he says?"
Well, he says, I think, first thing, like, Anakin
Yeah.
spoke very highly of you. And then she's like, funny, he never mentioned you. And at that point, Balin kind of reveals that he knows that Anakin is Vader, which I'm trying to piece together, like, how he knows that. Because that seemed like a pretty well-kept secret. There's some people who kind of pieced it out, like Tarkin sort of knew. Thrawn kind of pieced it together. Not so many people were told explicitly. So how does Balin know?
Yes, Balin and also Reva should totally not know because the people that knew in the EU were killed.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's EU, so like that's up in the air.
Whatever. Baby Yoda. Yep.
That's the truth. Man, Disney was not prepared for like Baby Yoda. Because when Baby Yoda was revealed, everybody was like, I want a Baby Yoda freaking t-shirt, doll, bumper sticker, and Disney had fucking nothing. They were not ready for Baby Yoda.
You'd think they totally should be.
Baby Yoda was... It wasn't that cool.
Michael
I'll
T.
just say it. Baby Yoda is not that cool.
You heard it here first. Hot takes from Steve.
Let's see. Well,
That's a
okay,
fair point.
I got this cousin who is a girl who's like 2 weeks younger than me that I've known because now I'm 50 and I've known this girl because she's my cousin for 50 freaking years. And never in my entire life did she ever say she liked Star Wars. Like when I was a kid, I had like Star Wars figures everywhere, and she'd be like, okay. When my cousin tells me that she likes the Mando Baby Yoda is cute, okay. There you go. Like he's not that cool. He's for girls who don't like Star Wars. He's not for girls who like Star Wars. He's for like girls who like Muppet babies and stuff like that.
I totally hate the screeching. Ooh, it's Baby Yoda.
That particular instance was pretty annoying. All right, what are we trying to show here?
Well, I got a few pictures of their stances because again, they're doing something very Kurosawa-esque where, Balin again is
I moved all
holding
your pictures into this folder. I think maybe.
And then I just got a couple of fight clips. I tried to keep
can't
them all to
see
under
it.
30 seconds because, like you said, Crazy Mad ruined the last stream for us.
I know it.
With all those clips he provided.
I love how I'm catching the blame for this.
Okay, here it is. It's in. Okay, we gotta go. It seems like I'm getting better at this, but I'm really not. I can tell.
No, you're superior from our first stream ever.
Where?
Yeah, I'm surprised. This stream's going great. You
Is
kidding
it
me?
really?
Dude, you're on fire.
Okay. I forget what we were looking for though.
Well, you were on fire till just now.
Oh,
when
the
you forgot what we were
stances, the
looking for.
stances, and
Yeah, you can look at some of the stances here if you want to. And then I've got some attack sequences. Again, I really like this duel. I think this is the best thing since the prequels as far as saber fights go. I put this above the episode 2 fight with Dooku. Nothing quite beats episode 1.
Just
That's
had it
just
in
me.
Stance.
Yes,
Okay,
Michael T.
now I can
Absolutely.
share it.
Balin is using a perfected form 4 exactly. Like a sort of a slight variation. He holds his saber closer to his chest, but the choreography was really on point, and he comes off as this like dark paladin throughout, like this dejected knight from a dead kingdom, right? Meanwhile, Ahsoka's coming in very like samurai-like. We're literally seeing like two different fighting ideologies
Like
combat
you've
each other, East
seen
versus West.
You've
Yeah.
seen Obi-Wan Kenobi in this stance. You've seen Luke Skywalker in this stance that she's holding there.
She has a very Eastern samurai ninja style to her, and he comes in very medieval knightish. Power, brawn, strength.
He does. He kind of manhandles her around in certain parts just with brute strength.
Oh,
which
dude,
is
he's
kind of cool.
built.
Just like realistically, and they would do that when they had Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars, is they wouldn't try to like overpower. They would, she would rely on her acrobatics and stuff. And when what am I missing? You guys are laughing.
Sorry, Mo's cracking me up.
You're so impatient with me, Mo. I can barely keep up with my own jokes.
So
we're
Mobig
gonna
starts off by
flash him
saying,
off. Okay, stop the show. We got to cater to Mo Biggs here for 1 minute. we don't mind doing this, Mo. We just Okay, where are we at? Okay, yeah. Well, I got that one. Then Yoda Mania by giving Sabine a Pokemon. That is a good idea. Muppet Babies was good though. They did have a Star Wars episode of Muppet Babies, I remember.
the only thing missing from the original Muppet Babies was Baby Yoda. At which point Osgreat Sage says, they made Muppet Baby Gonzo trans. And Mobig says, did he chop off his nose?
I think Muppet Baby Gonzo might like be Watto's son. Did you ever think of that?
Well, he doesn't have wings. He's the wing.
Oh, he didn't grow them yet because he's a little baby.
Oh.
Like, you're not born with wings. You ever seen a butterfly?
I've seen birds. They're born with wings.
All right, where are we at? This is getting okay.
So yeah, look at Ahsoka. This is a prime stance right here. Ahsoka's got the knees bent. She's got the sword low. This is totally viable. You see knights use this, samurai use this. Bring the blade from low, straight up. That's a really powerful stance. It's a good way to slash at somebody. Frankly, with lightsabers, what you should be doing is fencing. But nobody wants to see that. That'd be really stupid looking.
Errol Flynn.
It might be cool. But it'd get
Yeah,
boring.
for one character maybe.
Yeah.
Like an Errol Flynn character, like you said, crazy.
Some Princess Bride type stuff.
Well, I know Gonzo doesn't have wings, but
He also doesn't have Watto's accent.
There's also a Twi'lek that has 4 tentacles and 4 fingers, when the rest of them have 2 tentacles and 5 fingers. So in Star Wars, you don't even have to look at Boss Nass. He doesn't even look like Jar Jar Binks. You just have to have one feature that's the same, and he's blue. Like, see, They're brothers. I swear to God. Watto and Gonzo are related. I don't care. Yep. He flies now. Super Grover. He was in it too.
Oh, Super Grover. Man. Yeah, Michael T brings up some good points. Center high guard of knee 10, then drops to low out guard, Miyamoto Musashi style.
He's just showing off with all his damn sword fighting knowledge. Come on, Michael
He's just
T.
Googling, what is this? What is it called when you hold the blade? Oh, okay. Abe's going to love this.
Well, we're impressed either way. If it's like samurai fighting knowledge or if it's like super quick Google research typing, either way. Good job.
Well,
where are we at?
Well, I think Michael T actually
Michael T read
actually
every
uses swords, doesn't he?
book, and he
I don't know.
knows some shit about swords and stuff.
But he lives way out in the West in one of those barren states, so he has time just to do stuff.
He's like
Well, he
out
says
there.
that's actually the style I practice right here. Okay. So he's a swordsman. He's
See,
legit.
look at that. We got experts on our panel. We got experts in our chat. This is if you want to learn, enrich your life with deep Star Wars knowledge, lore, and fighting skills, don't miss this show. Is this
Absolutely.
the next one? Okay. Then we skipped a lot of shit there, but she jumps off a rock and it's pretty cool. And then
Yeah, she does a slashback. She does a
Yes. Yeah. I got tons of videos. If you want to look up First Attack, all that good. It's all under 30 seconds. I promise.
Okay.
But yeah, Crazy, you were particularly impressed with that move. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I like the choreography of this one move.
You hear that like whoa, guttural
Step back,
shout.
Check out the situation.
That wasn't the one I was looking for, but we'll find it.
These are not the vids you're looking
for. Okay, we'll just do them in order.
Yeah, it's all good.
See, they're doing that thing again where they check each other a little bit. There,
right there.
That's the move.
The little step up slashback. I really like that part.
And look at this weight. He just drags her blade down. He's so powerful. Even his like lightsaber.
Look at that right there. Like, hold on. Foreshadowing a little bit of what's to come. But look at the background where they're fighting. Like, right, look at that. It looks like they're already in there, doesn't it? In the world of Between Worlds.
A bit.
Well, I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying, like, look at the symbolism of what this place is, and it looks pretty much like that inside there.
Interesting. Look how powerful.
Oh, I just noticed that for the first time. Hold on. Never saw that before.
What are we noticing here for the first time, Steve?
Well, let me make sure I didn't imagine it.
Steve did think he saw an owl in this episode, so.
Yeah. He was very adamant that
I was like, no, that owl was in there.
Was in this episode.
This is great, man. See, Balin's like so heavy that he can only really afford to dodge, not so much block. See, like he dodges again there because his swings are so heavy, he just can't block in time.
It looked like in the logo, in her name, Ahsoka, in the O, there's like this little shape. It looks like it was back there on the wall right behind her right there.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it was or not. No, it's not there. Got that. Anyway, that's important. We'll look for it later.
Yeah, this makes it intense, man.
Then he slashes her a bunch, and then our next one. What was that? 3 or 2?
I think that was 2. Let me just check quickly. Of course, I didn't number them traditionally. I
Here it
actually
is,
typed
there it
out
is.
the number.
I know, so they're not all in a row.
You're welcome.
Look, she's getting mad now.
Yes.
You tell, like,
exactly.
she's getting mad. See, now she's off balance.
But she switched styles. This is something that people brought up was like, why is she only using one blade? Actually offers a bit more versatility than using dual blades. And for moments like this specifically.
That was the Darth Maul move right there. That
tosses her.
That one.
Just manhandles her.
That flip right there was Darth Maul style.
Mo Biggs. Ask Steve
Right
when you
there,
buy
right
Star
there.
Wars wrapping paper, how come they don't have a lightsaber design printed on the cardboard tube so you can duel to determine who gets to open the first present?
That's a good idea.
That's a great
Pitch
idea.
that to Kathleen Kennedy. She's like super smart. When she hears good ideas, she jumps right on them. So.
Michael T says Balin is a straight up second edition anti-paladin. And he also says two blades is better for crowd work than one-on-one anyway. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she was using two blades to great effect when she was fighting Marek and the HK droids. Single blade is great here because she can block with some power. Because Balin's coming in heavy. She can at least block with two hands and try to hold him back. And then when she needs to, she's versatile enough to use single hand to try to grab for the map.
Hurts says she was almost Darth Maul's Padawan, which was true.
Yeah.
Also, Ezra was Darth Maul's Padawan for
That's
a minute or
true,
two.
For a minute. Mo doesn't know what we're talking about because he never watched Rebels.
Two blades allows her to unleash her hashtag the Force's female approved scissor technique. Yes, that's true. She grabs this. I wish all this was still here because I know he didn't like this part.
Well, the first thing you instantly think of is Raiders of the Lost Ark, with them getting the staff of Ra thing burned on Toad's hand, and then they make the map out of it and whatnot. But I don't know if that would work with this map.
I don't think
like
it
stick
would.
her hand in that thing.
Yeah, I totally don't think it would work that way.
But the imagery, you know, obviously, I don't know if that was on purpose, but that was the first thing I thought about, and I saw people on YouTube saying that too. But the ultimate consequence is she can't fight anymore two-handed after that, and her hand hurts.
Right.
And at this point, this is where Balin starts taking over.
Yeah,
We have another
and that's why I
one.
think it was more like a device to disable her than it is to be like. I mean, in part, I think it is a callback to Raiders. How can it not be? But it's not meant for her to use later as like half a map. I don't think. I think they're just going to ride Purgle.
Yeah. Oh, she'll take her hand and she'll put it on the Purgle, like how Ray did to that snake, and then the Purgle will know where to fly because the map's on her hand. Makes sense.
Is this video?
And this
She's
is where
right.
Shin shows up, and Ahsoka, for at least a second, thinks that Sabine is dead, or at least mortally wounded.
Yeah, and she ain't having it. No, she's like, no.
I feel like she goes a little dark side here.
Little bit.
If you ever go to Disney World, they have maps that you can like find everything real good, and they're pretty good maps.
I don't know if Sark is talking about those kind of maps.
That one to Luke Skywalker was retarded. This one looks way cooler than that one. That one was like a map of the galaxy with like 1/8 of the entire amount of the galaxy chopped out of it, and they couldn't figure out where it was. and it was retarded. This map is way cooler looking.
Yes, Oz, great. Actually, in Andor, you see an extended lightsaber.
Did I don't remember that. When they do that?
On the ship.
Oh, on the ship.
Yep.
Yeah. Was that
On
a
the-
lightsaber there? That was like a light.
I feel like it was lightsaber.
Yeah. Yeah, it would work. That's science.
Sounds like Darth Rod. Yeah. If you want to know anything about this channel, we like to talk about people, you know, and how they grip their shaft, how they
Can our
move it.
Chat bullies us.
So she tosses Shin into a rock, knocks her out unconscious.
One thing, like the way she reacted, like she cares about Sabine, whether it's girl power, Disney, LGBT, or if they're just good friends, or if she just doesn't want to put another human in danger. But is that why she doesn't want to train her as a Jedi? Because she knows she's too weak and she's gonna get killed.
I'm not sure what her deal is with not training her, but she's obviously decided that
she's going to now because you're the only one who can open this map. Who is like also a pre-existing character on our show that we need to bring back. But,
exactly. How do we bring Sabine in?
I mean, it didn't not make sense.
Right. It makes sense. We've gone over it. It makes sense for the character.
Yeah, that was like 3 episodes ago. Gotta go back and watch the replay where is that the last one? There's no 6th.
There's no 6th?
I don't know. If there is, I'm trying to. Oh, there. Guess what? There is the 6th and final one.
Yeah. This is where Valen just takes her down. See, she's got light burns on her fingertips.
You could see on her hand that the map is not burnt into her hand.
No.
That would have been cool if it was, and there was a Purgle, and it was like.
But she does have some. Have some burnt tips. Like she can no longer be fingerprinted ever again.
Here comes Sabine. She's like, "I'm not dead. I got your map thing. I'm gonna blast it with my gun."
Cools down pretty fast, gotta say. Like 20 seconds ago, it was searing hot.
Ahsoka,
that's why it's called Fallen Jedi, because she fell down that hole. It doesn't mean he's a fallen Jedi or Sabine or any. It's because she fell down.
Well, it could be any number of things.
Here's like the classic. No.
Exactly.
That was pretty cool.
It's rhyming.
Mm-hmm. Help again. That was cool.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get out of the world between worlds.
At one point, Ahsoka tells her to destroy the map too.
Yeah, look, there's her.
Shouts it out. Make sure that she hears it.
Her fingerprints are all black.
It didn't need to come to this. You know no other way.
I like that line a lot.
That's like some Count Dooku shit. I would expect such treachery from the Jedi. Like he flips. He's like,
Jeremy stated this earlier. Ray Stevenson is the GOAT in this series.
Yeah,
100%.
If you watch it for nothing else, watch it for Ray Stevenson.
To understand Ewok Adventure 3 out through the end door, you have to have watched the first 2, as well as the entire Ewok animated series.
Well, we're all qualified. That sounds like a good. Like I'm ready to go, man. I'll be like, if you don't know what a Gorax is, if you don't know who Teak is, that's on you.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
They washed the soap and they turned invisible? Yes, they did. It's been established.
If you don't know what a Guppin is, I got no sympathy for you.
Get out of our clubhouse. So yeah, Balin's got these very like Dooku-like lines, and he does try to convince Sabine. I shouldn't say he tries to. He succeeds in convincing Sabine to essentially come along with him, and keeps his word, right?
Yeah.
Because he does this
Not like
really cool
those
thing.
lying ass Jedi. We're not like them.
Exactly. He does this really cool thing where he kind of stops, breathes, closes his eyes, and that's him like sensing Sabine's thoughts, right? About
Unwillingness.
Ezra and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he sheathes his lightsaber because at that point he knows like there's a way that I can win without having to shed more blood, which is something that we saw him try to do earlier in the show. So he's willing to work with you as long as you just don't get in his way.
Yes. I mean, he's made it very clear in the past episodes that killing the Jedi is not something that he's directly after.
Exactly. I've got a clip there called Balin Fights Sabine, and it just kind of shows him handily like tossing back the laser blasts and talking a bit like what we said here. And then I've also got a picture that says handing off balls. It's not what you think. It's just Sabine handing the ball to Balin.
Okay, I'm showing this picture because I just spent like a minute looking for it before you said that. Okay, now present. What's your video called?
Balin Fights Sabine.
Okay.
So he's just handily blocking this stuff. He's putting his lightsaber in front before she even shoots.
Like, she should know better. He's just gonna blast it right back in your face.
Destroy it.
It's like, haven't you seen Star Wars?
That's true, Oz. How will we get unlimited power?
Unlimited power. There is no way Ewoks 3 would be a complete fail. Well, if Disney makes it, what if they made it and it was like Willow?
Wait, what if
like gay Ewoks?
What if Disney realizes their mistake? They're like, we're ready to give up Star Wars. We're ready to give it back to George Lucas. The caveat is he has to make Ewoks 3 first.
What would be wrong with that?
I mean, I think
Nothing
the
at all.
panel and the chat would be all in on Ewoks 3.
I'd be
Ewok
jumping up and down like Star Wars is back.
The Ewok movie is like
leave Willow alone.
The 8th best Star Wars movie.
Kiwi Skirt, I'm a huge Willow the movie fan, but I don't know if you watched the series. But
I never watched the series. The movie, it was cool.
Don't watch the series.
They have Mad Mardigan. The show, I don't think had Mad Mardigan. I think it just had like,
plot twist. The universe is limited.
It subverted our expectations. Just put it like it.
Michael T. Ewok Adventure for a New Yumna.
They're not despecialized. They're unspecialized. You know what I'm saying? You don't like despecialize them. They're like unspecialized.
I want despecialized. I want like the movie with like George Lucas walking randomly in, being like, "No, this isn't what you've got to read." Just a 72-hour film with nothing cut from it at all. No painted backgrounds, nothing.
I just want more dewbacks, as it was always intended to be.
I know it.
Yeah.
People don't understand. They're just not on George's level. If you don't understand that dewbacks were supposed to be there to begin with, and like they're there, and that's glorious. Like
there are definitely some things that I would like despecialized, but like opening up like Cloud City and opening up Mos Eisley, I really like that stuff. But Han shot first. Dude.
Yeah. Most of it's cool, and then there's a couple parts that are really bad, and then there's a couple parts that were extremely bad in 1997, but if you go and you watch the Blu-ray from 2008, they're either not as bad or they're actually much better.
I'm even
like
fine.
Jabba the Hutt in 1997 when that first came out was
That
totally
was
freaking retarded. And if you go watch like the 2008 Blu-ray version, he looks pretty good. He still gets stepped on and it's stupid, but just like
That's
the
the one
model
thing I
that they're
wish they
using
would
looks really good.
That's the one thing I wish they would cut is
Yeah.
Han walking around behind Jabba. It looks
Yeah.
it's dumb.
I watched when I went to Fowler's, like when was that, a month ago or something, we watched Empire Strikes Back. He has a big projection TV. It was on the wall, and we watched Empire Strikes Back, the original version, and it's like you barely see anything that's different. Like they didn't really change. There wasn't much change. They put the Wampa in there, and then they added the effects. They put all the windows in Cloud City, which make it look, a lot cooler. And there wasn't really much there to fuck with it.
There were a lot of transitions that they worked on in Empire, but it worked a lot better. Like they're like musical transitions that are a lot more powerful and impactful with the edits in Empire specifically. Empire is probably, you could argue, improved with the special edition. Mobig's got a top tier comment here though.
Dank
Like
Ferric Mobiggs has a good comment.
What? That one?
A lot of edits are still McClunky.
McClunky.
That joke is wizard.
Yes. Han don't shoot first. Greedo didn't get a shot off.
They did in the latest one that I was just talking up about how good it was. Like they keep trying to fuck with that Han Solo shot, and they like in the latest one, it's they need to like, I don't know, walk away from that whole thing. They keep trying to fix it, and like they cut his head like it's like a paper doll almost. Like you see Han sitting there, and he goes like and it's like it looks so bad. You see the green, like the little time. Why does Greedo shoot like a BB laser in that scene in the special edition? There is no other laser in Star Wars that is real tiny and goes bink. It's like a laser BB, or you know what I mean? And then Han goes, which he didn't do. They made it's out of. Anyway, everything else in that Blu-ray, the special edition stuff, is all the computers or computer generated stuff is all like enhanced to the 10 years after with way better technology, and it looks really good in the majority of the stuff that where it kind of didn't.
Surely George's daughter is old enough to understand character progression now, and he can just change the Han Greedo scene back. Who would hope? Goodness.
His daughter actually wrote several episodes of the Clone Wars that are actually pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Katie, is it that one? I don't know. I can't remember all these.
At this point, I'd almost prefer Greedo to just kind of fall over dead of a heart attack, and there'd be no laser blast whatsoever. Oh man!
Hello, Winslow Red Cross. Nice to meet you.
Glad to have you here. Yeah, Han just like he shot him. Everyone just deal with it. He shot him. He's ruthless.
And it shows progression, right? Like he's a cold-blooded killer at the very beginning of the movie, and then he goes on to be a rebel leader, and
then he goes on to be a deadbeat dad.
Yeah. Well,
don't. Hey, I already made Michael T mad with the mention of 9. Let's not talk about 7 now.
And I brought up Solo, so we're like out of our quota of bad Star Wars movies.
And we're wearing our Mickey Mouse ears too. Let's take it easy now. Oh man. But yeah,
do we have any more videos?
Let's see. I got the picture of Balin destroying the map. We have Sabine getting choked out by Shin. You know what? Go ahead and pull up Sabine choke out because I like this. So shortly after she's handed over the map, which she gave to Balin, we should clarify.
Yeah, he already gave it to her. She already gave it to him.
Yeah. Shin wakes up, starts choking her out. What's interesting is I always kind of thought about the relationship between Balin and Shin, like how much are their priorities aligned? How in sync are they? Right? How much respect do they have for each other? This scene, it's not, I mean, Shin's choking somebody out who she was previously fighting to the death, right? As far as we know, she just woke up from getting knocked the fuck out and found the person who tried to kill her in front of her mentor. So she starts to choke her, and Balin only has to ask her twice to let go. He never raises his voice. I mean, I think this, I don't know. They seem to have some sort of like a father-daughter relationship the more I see it, and they seem to be more in sync than what I thought before. I don't know if they're actually going to fight each other at the end of this thing.
So Crazy Matt's a little vindicated now. Because that's what I said from the very beginning, is that they had a father-daughter relationship.
I'll concede that, Crazy Mad, so long as you concede that there was a force drum, as we're calling it now.
Never. To the death,
Mo. Mo. How could you? I will say, we did get got a little photo. You know what? I can't bring it up. It doesn't matter. Apparently, Shin and Sabine are good friends on set. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I might have that one. Let me see.
There you go. Get a good shot of these two without the makeup on and the hair.
You won't like.
It's funny. It's almost like they switch hair styles.
No,
you know?
Mo. After you see this, you're going to go back.
Hold
to
on, don't promise to him because I haven't found it yet. It's in our thing. I can download it again. What was, or was it? Where was it? Where'd you send it to?
I don't think I sent it to anywhere. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have to bring it up, and I can share it.
There you go. I'll go ahead and do that. Michael T brings up a good point. Like, it seems that Shin was almost picked up like she was, taught by somebody else. So he kind of senses like a bit more of a stranger relationship. Like, they're not really related. How the fuck do I even begin to pick this up? You know what? It's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not worth
What
pulling
was it
up.
again? I already forgot what it was. So.
That's just a picture of these.
Oh yeah, it's basically they look pretty SJW.
I put it in the 4th episode folder on the OneDrive. If you want to pull it up. An air only type. She's pretty thin. That's the truth.
Almost got it. Hold on. Bear with me.
It's gonna be worth it, guys.
I feel like Mo's going to go back with me on the whole Shin is hot thing after he sees this picture.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a beautiful, crazy lady.
Or something. Or no, I could. Why is this so freaking hard?
I don't know. I can't just share an image. I'm trying to like put it into my browser. Shit.
Oh, I know how to do it.
Oh, here we go. You know what? I got this shit. Here we go.
Nope, I got it. I'm getting it.
I got it. It's right here. Bring it.
Okay.
There we go. A lot of clicking going on. That's right, Perth.
There it is.
It's a very technical show. That's a shot of Shin and Sabine on the Eye of Sion getting along because girl power wins the day. The Force is female. They're having an awesome time up there. They don't need Balin. They don't even need Morgan. But they look like they have fun.
I like the one on the right better, but
Where's folder 6?
We're gonna do a documentary, The Making of Blue Milk. Social is gonna be a 7-minute behind the scenes documentary with interviews and behind the scenes outtakes, and you're gonna learn all about our process and where folder 6 actually is. Just stay tuned.
Turns out we lost folder 6 a long time ago.
Her precious.
Does she consider Sabine her precious? Oh, Jesus. No. No.
Yeah, I do see some resemblance.
Oh, damn. Okay. I don't know. I see two beautiful ladies here.
Yeah, Perth. I'm a right stand, and the left one is not for me.
That's fine. That's okay.
I do.
You guys
I don't care.
all have your horrible taste.
That's
fine. I mean, speaking of like,
I've done worse than either one of them.
Done worse. I mean, speaking of tasteful women, we've seen some. What the fuck was that?
Random background noise. Pay no mind.
Okay, we're almost through this episode, though, guys. So, where are we at now?
I'll get to that in a minute, Abe.
All right. Very well.
What are we showing? Did I cut you off?
No, go ahead, crazy.
You're good. There's another clip I've got where the Eye of Sion jumps to hyperspace. You go to folder 9, jump to hyperspace. Oh yeah, we've actually got some serious shit going on in this episode, like right at the end. Almost forgot about that. Thank you, Crazy.
You're welcome.
Jump.
Oh yeah, Hera showed up. We totally missed that. Hera showed up, tried to block off the Eye of Sion. Morgan Elsbeth said, ignore them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the hyperdrive.
Oh no.
So Carson lives along with two other fighters.
This one here too. One at least. Yeah, they didn't all die.
No.
Except for him.
We got young Jason saying, clearly shows that he's very force sensitive, and he's like, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yes. He says I have a bad feeling.
I did kick my feet. Joe gave for me, and I was like, I usually don't have to use it till about 3 hours in, so it was empty.
So the Eye of Sion jumps, pretty good looking jump from what I can see. And then if you want to click on the video titled Anakin, I gave it away. Well, we see Anakin.
Yeah, well, let's set this up with a little context. We see Ahsoka kind of laying down after she was knocked off the cliff. Everyone suspects she's dead, or at least dead-ish. And she comes to, and this is where we are.
Yeah, it's a really kind of cool transition, I thought, where it's panning over.
The water kind of turned into stars.
Yeah, exactly. It starts from like the edge of that cliff on sea, toss over to the waters, and then at some point, like you don't even realize it until a few frames in, but you're like, oh, I'm looking at Ahsoka's elbow. Okay, where do we go to? So gotta say it off the top. I don't think I was really a fan of how the World Between Worlds looked in Rebels. I can understand it maybe as something that the mind is trying to visualize to understand it, because clearly human minds aren't capable of just understanding that. So the mind kind of makes you see what you're capable of seeing, right? In Rebels, didn't really care for the look. Gotta say, in here,
It kind of looked like Marvin Martian was about to run up on him or whatever. You know, like you know what I'm talking about? Like those space things he was on. They were just like out in space, little bridges.
Is this a clip?
What are you laughing at?
Fucking Mo. Oh.
Smeagolicious. Oh my goodness.
That's not that degenerate though, because Shin's not an alien, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's acceptable. She's human.
Smeagolicious.
Does not violate the rules. Although she looks like
Mo
Smeagol.
created a word tonight.
Smeagolicious.
But anyway, I like the way the World Between Worlds looks here.
It looks better. It looks more.
Is this a pic or is this a clip?
It was a clip, but I paused it. Hold, have some patience, crazy.
Sorry. I was just asking.
Always like. I was trying to quote Yoda there, and I forgot. I was like.
Crazy Matt's been rushing us ever since he saw the 2-hour mark come up. Yeah. It's like, fuck.
Oh, are we there? My bad. I was having fun tonight. I didn't even notice we've been on here. So, okay, there's Anakin. But is it Anakin? They did a terrible de-aging on him.
He calls her Snips. He says, "Hey, Snips," and then what's he say after that? Oh, he says, "I
didn't expect to see you so soon."
Yes.
So there's like possible different things going on here. You've probably seen different people speculating about him if you've watched any YouTube videos, but either that's Anakin's Force ghost, or it's a younger Anakin who was able to enter into this realm from a different point in time than what she's entered it from, or maybe it's a trick. Maybe that's not Anakin at all, and it's some kind of dark side or whatever,
Yes.
you know, some kind of trick.
Because there's some heavy speculation about this scene, because this is where the episode ends. It cuts off right here.
Uh-huh. And the way he came into her kind of like off, like, hey, Snips, like there's a lot of shit that's gone on, you know, and he comes in like kind of playful with the most, you know, the pet name he used for that in the Mortis arc that she specifically said, I hate it when you, where all this weird, you know, fourth dimensional stuff started happening in the series. You know, she said, I hate when you call me that. And he never called her that again. And now here he is in the world of the worlds. And he says, hey, Snips. And I'm just saying, like, for me, that seemed like something was off a little bit. Like, that's the first clue that maybe this isn't Anakin at all. Is what I'm getting.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk because Abe had to go pee.
Oh, okay. Well, our show's basically dead in the water without Ape, so we'll just like put up people's comments and act like we can manage without him.
Ezra did encounter Yoda when he was there in Rebels. Could be the real Anakin.
Yeah, he could be like at a different point in time, and he's talking to her in the future, and you know, maybe he doesn't even know at this point what he is or would become. But we've, when would that be? We've never seen him in any of the Clone Wars episodes or anything.
See, this is my theory.
Unless
Jeremy.
This is like he's on Mortis right now in the well of soul, or you know, I mean, if he's in there right now talking to her or something.
This is my theory. My theory is that it is the real Anakin, and at this moment in time, he pulled Ahsoka into the world between worlds when she was being knocked off the cliff, much the same way that Ezra pulled her in right as Vader was about to kill her. And I mean, we're going to find out in the next episode, which is tomorrow night.
Have you guys seen this channel? Felix is talking about the Anakin reacts, and the guy dresses up like Anakin and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and they're pretty funny. He does shorts.
Yeah.
What's the name of that? Drop the link. Felix, if you have it or whatever. That's a pretty funny channel. And do what Mo says, like and subscribe.
Yes. Help
And
get this channel monetized so I can have my own pee jug.
Yeah, man. Like, we need all these like high-end YouTube amenities. Is that the right word? Perth thinks he's still in the path, reaching into the future.
I think so too. That's my theory on the whole thing, is that he's in the past. He's sometime before he actually turned to Vader.
It would have to be
Ahsoka,
after season 5, after she quit. Yeah.
Right.
That he was looking for her, or looking for a way to see her, because he misses her very much. And he stumbles upon the world between worlds and pulls her out. That's my theory on it.
Here's my thing. I think Steve kind of brought it up himself, where it's like he says, "Hey, Snips," and it's like almost too perfect. It's like hitting those like emotionally resonant parts of yourself. Like when you think of the Ahsoka Anakin relationship, it's him calling her Snips. It's him looking like this. It's almost like an idealized version of Anakin tailored to Ahsoka, right? So in that way, it could be some sort of a honeypot. Jeremy's saying, people saying could be the son, which could be interesting. Definitely could be the son disguising himself as Anakin, using Anakin as a honeypot to bring Ahsoka in. But it could also just be Anakin embodying the position of the father, because he was kind of meant to take that place, right? And something we got to think about, in one way or another, the Mortis gods are involved, because the only way that anybody ever gets into the world between worlds seems to be through some sort of Mortis god shenanigan, whether it's them leading them through the world between worlds. Ahsoka's been saved from death several times by the Mortis gods themselves. She's got the daughter in her, essentially.
Yes, she has a piece of the daughter's spirit inside of her, which is why Morai the owl follows her around all the time.
Exactly. So we're going to see some involvement from the Mortis gods, but whether it's this Anakin being some sort of dark side trick from the brother, or it's him trying to take Ahsoka by the hand and being like, hey, this is what balance looks like. This is what you need to learn. You need to let go of this guilt that you have for quote unquote leaving me. You never left me. It wouldn't have done any good sticking around. And the feelings you got for the Sabine, it's the same. You got to move on. Past is the past.
Steve, where are you at with this?
I'm just distracted because Mo has to point out, like, of course, Jeremy has a better chat than we do, Mo. But you're you're in our chat, so instead of complaining about it, you should be trying to help us have a better chat instead of just criticizing everything we do constantly. Man, we're really trying hard, Mo. Like, come on.
To be fair,
where were we? Like,
Jeremy's chat has like 200 people in it helping him figure this out.
That's true.
Yeah, we got like 10 people in here. And
look, Sark, he's smart. He says, look, it's a dream within a dream within a dream. See, he figured it out.
That is a movie.
That's pretty much what Michio Kaku was talking about in your video, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, you laid it out for us.
You were total Inception right there.
Oh, yeah. I did that on purpose.
What's up, D-Wag? How you doing, man?
D-Wag's here. Bow.
Welcome.
Hey, D-Wag.
Did you watch Ahsoka, D-Wag?
You should. I'm telling people they should, and then they call me and yell at me. Like freaking Michael Odin.
Michael Odin called me and yelled at me, too. So...
So yeah, this is the ending. We don't everybody says episode 5 is the greatest episode. The actors say it.
It's supposed to be in movie theaters in select locations.
As soon as I could, I tried to sign up to get into the theaters. They said it's full. I'm on a wait list that's probably 10,000 people long. Well, no, 10,000 is the amount of people who watch Ahsoka. So in my state, it's probably about 400. Still, that's a lot to fill one theater. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling this next one's going to be kind of crazy.
Well, hopefully it's pretty good.
D-Wag says, I watched till Sabine gave the orb. Well, you're like 5 minutes from the end. Like literally 5 minutes from the end.
Fuck this show. 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we're. Oh, sorry you had to endure that, Mo.
Yeah, justice for Mo. Justice for Mo.
Well, if he would make our chat better.
He does.
He actually does.
I'm with Mo. I'm
We
with
appreciate
Mo.
you, Mo.
The prequels suck, and
what does that have to do with Jeremy's chat?
Yeah, what the fuck does that got to do with Jeremy? Calm down, crazy.
Because I know Mo agrees with me on that.
No, come on. The prequels are misunderstood. Kind of like Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode. You know?
So, what do you guys think? You think he is
Anakin? I think he is Anakin. But I can also see like a deeper thing going on too. But if I'm going to put money on it in Vegas, he is Anakin.
It quite possibly is. You know, he could just be presenting himself in this way because that's how Ahsoka would remember him. You know, it's kind of like you go into heaven, you're an idealized form, right? That sort of idea. You don't go in as a 90-year-old man. It's like, I'm 22 again. So maybe he's choosing to present himself as this. Maybe, like you said, he's from like a certain period in time. But my thing is like, okay, does he have world between world amnesia then? Because he meets Ahsoka and he's like, hey, I'm happy to see you. And later on, he's killing younglings. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into his decisions there than whether or not he's on good terms with his Padawan. But still, like, I don't know. Then does he tell Sidious about the world between worlds? Is that how he finds out? I don't know.
No, because technically that all happens. The Battle of Lothal all happens before.
This is called
No. You're talking prequels, aren't you?
Cinema economics right here. Michael T's got you covered. $30 in the theater, 12 at home, or 0 on the,
Yo ho ho. Oz Great Sage saying Duel of Fates was epic, and I like the Ben-Hur pod racing. Guess what, dude? That's like 40 minutes of the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
You officially loved episode 1
for everybody. Yep.
Oz Great. I maintain the Phantom Menace is the best movie of the prequels
ever. It's not the best movie ever. It's pretty cool.
Not just women and children too.
Hey, Kathleen. Okay, she's like, I hate them, and I slaughtered them.
Oh,
thank you, Oz. Thank you.
We do have some detractors. Some people who don't like Ahsoka. We do want to make sure that their opinions are heard as well. Just like we talked to you guys in the chat.
And sometimes, you need a woman's perspective on things too, and we're not misogynist haters or whatever. We like to. I'll just play this for you guys.
Fucking sucks right now. I fucking hate it. First of all, why is there even an
Okay, this is the first time I'm ever going to ask this. Take away Mo's chat. Thank you. Okay, great. Sorry, Mo. I love you, man, but
I saw a little bit fucking screenshots of it. I haven't seen it, and it looks like trash. It fucking looks like trash. Why is there a fucking Luke Skywalker there? Fucking Mark Hamill from like.
Hold on a second. Okay. I fixed it.
Oh yeah, it is better this way.
So yeah, we found this lovely young lady. She's got at least 2 big points, saying Disney Star Wars is a real handful. She doesn't want the D+ as much as people would like to give it to her, I'm sure. But just to keep you abreast of the situation, she put this titillating video up. Got a lot of eyes on her, and why not? She's got a pretty rock solid argument, and she certainly milked the attention for all it was worth. And as a result, her D cups runneth over. Anyway, I like what I've seen, and I hope to see more of her if I haven't already seen more of her by subscribing somewhere. But that's my piece on this lady. I think it's good to hear from our detractors, and like Steve said, we're clearly not misogynists whatsoever.
Anna has never looked better.
Yes. Yeah. This is our Star Wars girl.
All right, and I guess I don't know. You want to wrap this up with that? I don't know where to go from here, man. So let's just call it a day here.
Jeremy brings up a good point. They're big, yes, but without a bra, them shits are sagging to her knees. Yes, you're right.
I like the way she pushed them together and up. Complimented them.
Work with what you got.
Osgreat Sage, her actual name is Mint Salad, and you can look her up on the internet and find some interesting pictures.
She's got great movie reviews too.
And she's always got a spot on this channel. Come on over, Lindsay Fresh.
Mint Salad. Mint
Salad. Sorry. Of course. Yeah, she kind of made you pay attention to it for a second there, Michael T. My Leiku are up here.
Yeah. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm playing this outro.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming in, talking about Ahsoka. Looking forward to next week.
D-Wag, Michael T, Mo Biggs.
Yep. Yeah, Jeremy, thank you for coming in.
Jeremy.
Finn, if you're still listening.
Perth.
Absolutely. Corey Barton left a long time ago.
Yeah, I know, but he said he was going to watch the replay, so I'm giving him something here.
All right,
actually staying. Right.
Yeah, and looking forward to episode 5 coming out tomorrow. I'm going to watch it about 5 times probably.
And leave your questions in the chat or the comments, and I will feature those.
Winslow, Red Cross. Hope you come back again.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Oh, and do accept our invites to our Discord, where none of us comment on anything, but we do like to watch and see what you guys comment on.
I forgot we had one, honestly.
Hold on. I'll put that in the chat real quick.
It's brand new. Yeah, but no one joined yet.
Oh, we got Michael T in there. Got Betrayed King.
Jeremy.
Okay, cool.
Jeremy joined today.
Cool.
Jeremy joined.
In the chat. Here we go. There's our Discord link.
Sweet.
Boom. There it is. Join the Discord. Okay. Yell at us.
Yes. Tell us how stupid we are and how much you hate our show.
All right, guys. I think that's it for us.
All right. See you guys next week.
Kiwi Skirt. Glad you came by.
Yep.
Yes, Kiwi Skirt. Thank you for coming in. Absolutely.
Right,
we should just talk over the outro like last time.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
We can do that.
That's like our thing, ain't it?
Exactly. Oh, wait, actually, last time we didn't have an outro.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to play it last time because last week sucked.
Yeah. Steve totally ruined the whole show last week.
I copied this intro off the Mando.
It's pretty sweet.
You guys probably couldn't figure that out without me telling you that. This song's like the coolest part of the Mando. The rest of the show is
really good song. Yeah.
I do love the Mando outro.
It doesn't even sound like Star Wars, and no one complained. Everyone was all complaining about Sabine's pop song. This song right here is cool. That's all. Episode 1. It's not Ralph McQuarrie, it's that other dude. That's Ralph McQuarrie right there.
Where are my droidicas?
Yeah. What is that guy's name? I forget. The artist. Doug Ching or something like that. He does pretty good stuff. There's Chewbacca right there. Hold on.
Yeah, let's go back actually. Go back there. Because that looks
is
just
the,
like Zeb.
The Gorax, yeah. Zeb and the Gorax, but where is it? Right there.
That's how good
But
this show
our
is.
titles are over it, but if you look up this picture, it's like McQuarrie's concept art at the cantina, and they're like, yeah, that's look, you can tell by his bandolier that he's Chewbacca, but he was like, that was such a brilliant move to go back and freeze frame on this shot that has the dude's face covered up. But
there you go, Dean.
That's what a Wookiee looks like right there. With no hair.
This is probably the worst outro ever.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. We're out of here.
Have a good one.
We're still live? Shit.
Bow.